Hi, so obviously a lot of us are working from home for the first time and we're having to get used to some new technology such as Zoom. So what we're going to do is just show you how you would download the app and how you would start off a conference call or maybe join another one or share your desktop. And then what we'll do is quickly show you how you would do that on a Mac, PC or laptop too. So first thing you do is access the App Store and you search for the Zoom app. Then click on Get and it will eventually install. Click on Sign In and access the details you've been given. Then click on Allow to these options so that it can access your contacts on your phone and your calendar. It'll then open up the app. So what we're going to do is have a quick look around. Meetings at the bottom, this will give you a passcode that you can send to people to join a meeting. Contacts, this will show you any contacts that are in your contact list. Settings, if you go into settings and click on meetings, this is where you can choose your settings for meetings, such as whether you have your audio set to 1 or your video set to 1 automatically. Then if we click on new meetings back in the original screen, that will bring up this option, so you can click on start meeting and that will show you yourself on the screen if you've given access to your camera, and then at the bottom you can invite participants. You also have the option of sharing your screen from this point. Next one is the join button. So if someone sent you a join ID, this is where you would put that in. Schedule is the next one, so if you wanted to schedule a meeting for later on, you could do that in here and you would select the time, which calendar you want it to go from, and then down at the bottom you can choose to have an alternative host. So if you weren't going to host this meeting, you could select someone else to be that host. In the calendars, you would select the calendar that you want this to sync to, so I would suggest leaving it as iCalendar and that will go into your iPhone calendar. Once you've set that meeting up, it will then generate this, which is the thing that will go into your calendar, and down at the bottom you will see that you have this section here. Now that contains a link that you can send to people for them to join the meeting. And finally, the share screen option. So if I wanted to share my screen with someone, I could do that through my iPhone so they can see what I'm seeing at the same time. Another thing to remember about Zoom is that the person you're inviting to the meeting doesn't need to have the app, only the person that's setting up the meeting. So the person you're inviting, all they need to do is click on the link that you send them from the meeting that you've generated. So if you're going to use Zoom on something like a Mac or a PC or a laptop, obviously you need to make sure you've got a webcam if you're wanting to do a video call. It does work in pretty much the same way as it does on your iPhone. So for example, you've got the new meeting button here. So if I click on that, it'll come up and it'll show you calls. So you can set it up as a phone call or as a computer audio. You can click on join, so if someone's provided you a code that you can access a meeting, you click on that one. Again, same as last time, so schedule a meeting, so I could schedule a meeting and it will generate a code for me to email to people. Also, if I wanted, this is where I could share my desktop again, so if I put in my meeting ID there, it will start sharing my desktop. Likewise, if I go into a meeting, so if I just click on that one, so then you can share your desktop, so it will ask you what you want to share. So I could share that particular part of my screen so people could see what I was working on at that time. Okay. Hopefully that was fairly straightforward. I've used it quite a few times and it's worked perfectly fine for me so far. So hopefully you'll be able to get on and be able to have some really productive meetings and see some of your colleagues. It's really good to see other people's faces during this time. So hopefully that's been useful.